This is a compilation of enriching talks of various devotees with Sri Nanagaru. Sri Nanagaru had a unique way of unveiling the greatness hidden within the devotees. He questioned them in a manner that brought out the hidden gold within them. Though Sri Nanagaru was aware of the truth, sometimes he acted ignorantly and posed questions to the devotees. Then, Sri Nanagaru inspired the devotees to give us a profound message through their replies. Sri Nanagaru communicated with several devotees, ranging from uneducated and illiterate women to highly educated professors, doctors, and bureaucrats. Their conversations with Sri Nanagaru and the inherent guidance Sri Nanagaru gave them for their material and spiritual prosperity provide us an excellent opportunity to learn.
Sri Nanagaru asked a rich man in Chennai, "Despite not being highly educated, you have earned a lot." The rich man replied, "Yes, Nanagaru. I am not destined to study, but I am destined to become rich. Hence, I became rich. But is this all true?" The devotee asked in a single sentence, "Is this all true?"
Once, one of the devotees had a paralytic stroke. However, she recovered from the same after undergoing medical treatment, but still, it was tough for her to move from her bed. One day, she felt very thirsty at 3 a.m., so she called out her son and asked for water. By the time the son brought her some water, she slipped into a deep sleep. However, she woke up at 5 a.m. to see her son sitting beside her with a glass of water. Looking at him, she said surprisingly, "What is this? After waking up, I would have called you again." The son replied, "You are not in a position to get up from your bed. Even if you call me again, you will suffer from thirst if your call becomes inaudible. Therefore, I have been sitting thus all the while." Narrating the above incident, Sri Nanagaru said, "The worldly people might presume the son to be a fool. However, his inner strength of belief will not go in vain. God will gift him for his good-heartedness."
Once, a devotee remained happy despite losing everything. Sri Nanagaru asked him, "What is this? How can you remain happy despite losing everything?" The devotee replied, "Despite losing everything, I still possess a future. Instead of sitting at home and lamenting that I lost everything, don't I have the chance to do hard work and earn back the money again in the future?" Referring to this, Sri Nanagaru said, "This is called positive thinking."
Sri Nanagaru narrated the following incident. Once, a person brought some cheese to offer to a family when the family members sat together and discussed something. The wife accepted the cheese and offered the same to the husband. The husband, in turn, offered the same to his elder son. The elder son, in turn, offered the cheese to his brother. Such courtesies still exist in some houses. In some houses, people eat away whatever they get. They don't have the faculty to share things. In whichever family there is a faculty of sharing, people would share their hardships and overcome them easily despite being inflicted with severe hardships.
Sri Nanagaru said, "Wherever there is goodness, we have to learn the same." I observed a devotee who never spoke out harshly despite being angry. Whenever he got angry, he simply said, "Please go back, go back. I understand your intention. Please go back." He would speak only in such a manner but would never reply rudely or harshly.
A devotee did not change his lifestyle despite earning thousands of crores of rupees. He maintained the same lifestyle when earning 300 rupees. Once, Sri Nanagaru asked him, "Though you can maintain an air conditioner, why are you not purchasing it?" The devotee replied, "Nanagaru, was I born and brought up under an air conditioner? Nanagaru, should I increase my habits with the increase in my earnings?" Referring to him, Sri Nanagaru said, he used to work 16 hours per day. He led a very simple life.
Once, a devotee said, "Nanagaru, I have learned 2 essential lessons in my life. Lesson 1. During the days of my study in the USA, a professor gave me an appointment to meet him at 5 p.m. However, I went to him at 5:30 p.m. The professor said, 'Look, Mr. Raju, this is not India. This is America. If you arrive at 5:30 p.m., what will happen to the student who has been given an appointment at 5:30 p.m.? Learn to be punctual.' From then on, I understood the value of time and learned time management. Lesson 2. Once, I invited Jawaharlal Nehru and Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy for the inauguration ceremony of our pharmaceutical factory. I was seated in between both of them. Mr. Nehru asked me, "What do you manufacture in your company?" I gave him a vague answer. Mr. Nehru said, "Mr. Raju, you must be specific. Being the managing director of the company, you must very specifically mention whether you are manufacturing capsules or injections. Please don't give me a vague answer." From then onwards, I used those 2 lessons to progress.
Once, Sri Nanagaru was eating along with the doctor. Sri Nanagaru observed that the doctor was eating very little. Hence, he asked the doctor, "What is this? You seem to be eating very little." The doctor replied, "Nanagaru, do you want me to work or sleep? When we overeat, the blood supply to the brain gets reduced as all the blood is directed towards the stomach to digest the food." Referring to the above conversation, Sri Nanagaru said, "Even the spiritual aspirants should be very careful about their food habits. They should eat moderately. Spiritual practices cannot be performed in a deep sleep. The strength of our spiritual practices reduces when we sleep excessively."
Once, a professor working in the USA came to meet Sri Nanagaru. Sri Nanagaru asked him, "You are a professor and have been dealing with many students from several countries for several years. A proverb states, 'He is wise, who listens more and speaks less.' But I have become habituated to speaking and not to listening. Please tell me something that can give me a good learning." The professor replied, "There are many things in my head. Even if I tell them, they will be useless to you. It is said, there is a truth within my heart. But I don't have any experience of it. Even if I want to tell you about it, I cannot do the same as I lack its experience. Hence, there is no point in trying to teach you something."
Once, an English professor visited Sri Nanagaru. Sri Nanagaru asked her, "What is the goal of education?" The professor replied, "The goal of education is to attain self-knowledge."
Once, Sri Nanagaru said with a devotee, "Once upon a time, you have experienced several hardships, and only now do you seem to be in good days." The devotee replied, "It is all due to your grace only, Nanagaru. I met you for the first time in my mother-in-law's house and became your devotee. There wasn't any devotion amongst the villagers here previously, but now there are several devotees here. Here, the satsang takes place daily. My mother-in-law has been conducting satsang daily for the past 35 years. Then Sri Nanagaru said, "Your mother-in-law will get liberated when she is very much alive."
Sri Nanagaru attended a marriage in a village. There, he saw a lady sitting very quietly. Sri Nanagaru felt as if he had seen her somewhere. Sri Nanagaru said, "I feel as if I have seen you somewhere, but I exactly don't remember where it is." The devotee replied, "Nanagaru, why are you bothered about my details, such as my name and residential village? Your Bhagavan has asked us to eliminate name and form-mindedness. While preparing a brinjal pickle, a brinjal is totally crushed and made nameless and formless. Similarly, you crush down our name-mindedness and form-mindedness. Therefore, don't bother about my details." Sri Nanagaru said, "You seem to be sitting quietly without moving your hands and legs. Therefore, I asked you about your whereabouts." The devotee replied, "Nanagaru, your name is bliss, your form is bliss, you are the very embodiment of bliss. I cannot move my hands and legs while immersed in that bliss. You must crush down my name-mindedness and form-mindedness. Why are you concerned about my details?" Referring to this incident, Sri Nanagaru said, "She has literally slapped me through her words. She is a powerful lady. I shut my mouth and did not speak further."
Once, some devotees visited Sri Nanagaru. When Sri Nanagaru asked them about their financial condition, they replied, "Nanagaru, why did we come to you? It is only to attain your grace. Why should we talk about our financial condition now? We are self-sufficient, we don't have any food and clothing deficiency. Not that we own crores of rupees. Bestow us with good thinking faculty so that we will get reformed. Bless us so that our path towards liberation, and the path to catch hold of God's feet becomes visible to us. We may not be able to offer flowers and fruits at the feet of God or adore Him with great grandeur. Yet, bless us in a manner that we will attain faith and devotion towards God. Ensure that we will cling to His feet forever. We have to attain the birthless state or self-knowledge. We must never doubt the existence of God. Even if any stray fellow states that God doesn't exist, our minds should not waver. Our belief in the existence of God should be firm. Therefore, granting us a pure, steady, and unwavering thinking faculty is enough. You need not provide us with any other kind of external help." Regarding the devotees above, Sri Nanagaru said, "They asked for good thinking faculty and not for any riches."
Once, a Sanskrit scholar came to Sri Nanagaru. Sri Nanagaru said, "You are well versed in Sanskrit. You are a great scholar." The scholar replied, "Though I am well versed in Sanskrit, my ego continues to exist. I indeed possess a scholarship. But can anyone attain self-knowledge through scholarship? No. This scholarship has become an additional food for my ego. My ego has found good support. It is continuing as a scholar. Nanagaru, I don't understand where this scholarship will lead me." Referring to the above scholar, Sri Nanagaru said, "Self-knowledge cannot be attained without the destruction of body-mindedness. The spiritual practices that do not reduce our body-mindedness are worthless.
Once, Sri Nanagaru asked a politician, "You were associated with politics for a long period. Why did you quit from politics?" The politician replied, "I was associated with politics for 20 years. It has been 10 years since I quit the same. When I sat in solitude and thought about my political life, I understood one thing. The bad people have benefited more from my political life than the good people. Therefore, I decided to quit politics." Referring to the above politician, Sri Nanagaru said, "Perhaps he did not understand where to dig a well or a lake. Hence, he quitted from politics."
A devotee who has served as a commercial tax officer casually purchased land in Arunachala. As the land price increased exorbitantly, she suddenly became wealthy. Once, she said, "Nanagaru, several people have scolded me during my 30 years of service. However, in your companionship, I have earned the wealth I could not gain in my 30 years of service." Referring to the above devotee, Sri Nanagaru said, she never thought that she would become so rich. She was rebuked by her higher officials and her subordinates at work. She had to forbear all that and continue with her job. Everyone has their troubles. Comparison is unnecessary.
A very good-hearted devotee narrated the following conversation with her husband to Sri Nanagaru. "My husband said, 'You must be my wife even in the next birth.' Then I replied, 'What? Do I have to do the same job even in the next birth? Shouldn't I attain self-knowledge? Should I continue doing the same job of being a wife? Shouldn't I attain peace and knowledge? Is there no opportunity to transcend this business of carrying corpses? Can't I possess higher values?" Referring to the above conversation, Sri Nanagaru said, "One needs to be very bold to question like this." While explaining the word boldness, as mentioned in the Gita, Sri Nanagaru gave the above practical example.
కరుణామయులు మా నాన్నగారు, కళ్ళతల్లు పాపును శ్రీ నాన్నగారు. రమణపుత్రుడు మా నాన్నగారు, మరువం మరువం మదిలో ఎప్పుడు. కరుణామయులు మా నాన్నగారు, కళ్ళతల్లు బాపును శ్రీ నాన్నగారు. జిన్నూరుపురమున దివ్య కాంతులతోను నరుడై పుట్టెను మా నాన్నగారు. కరుణామయులు మా నాన్నగారు, కళ్ళతల్లు బాపును శ్రీ నాన్నగారు. శివకుమారుడు మా నాన్నగారు, తత్వబోధను చేయును శ్రీ నాన్నగారు. కరుణామయులు మా నాన్నగారు, కళ్ళతల్లు బాపును శ్రీ నాన్నగారు. స్థితప్రజ్ఞులు మా నాన్నగారు, సూటిగా జ్ఞానము తెలిపెటివారు. కరుణామయులు మా నాన్నగారు, కళ్ళతల్లు బాపును శ్రీ నాన్నగారు. దేహమొహంబును కూల్చగవారు, దీక్షభూనిన మా నాన్నగారు. నేను నేననే నేను కానని, ఆ నేనంటే ఎవరో తెలిపెటివారు. నేను నేననే నేను కానని, ఆ నేనంటే ఎవరో తెలిపెటివారు. కరుణామయులు మా నాన్నగారు, కళ్ళతల్లు బాపును శ్రీ నాన్నగారు. రమణపుత్రుడు మా నాన్నగారు, మరువం మరువం మదిలో ఎప్పుడు, మరువం మరువం మదిలో ఎప్పుడు.